So next video, I actually got a box this time. Now open. Alright, so in this box we have another Temu figure. Let's get her out of here. So this one is number 603. I'll look up and see if there's a actual name or that to her. Some Asian writing there. And while I'm getting this open, if you haven't already subscribed, why don't you do it now? It doesn't cost you anything. Like, seriously. You can just subscribe and it won't cost you nothing. Okay, there's a... Oh, okay. Packaging is not that sturdy. But don't worry about the packaging. Just want to see the figure in all its miscangled glory. Looks like we get a whole different hairstyle here. Oh, that's nice. Hopefully the legs don't pop out of this one. Different faces, a few different faces there. We've got different hands in here. Alright, I'll get this out and we'll have a look at what we got. Can I just say, I've got it open now. I've got the top cover off. The smell of this is pretty full on. Alright, so we got the stand, same as the last Temu girl. She had the same stand. It's in here, and yeah, it only bends at the middle section here that far forward. So it's the same stand. Well, I want it to go that way. Oh, hang on. Maybe it is meant to go that way. Maybe I was doing it wrong the other way. Okay, so here is the figure. Out of the box, she looks pretty nice. But a couple of common things here with the last girl. Number one, the legs just pop off. Although it's more at the actual hip joint rather than some sort of cut in the leg. But it still pops off very easily. There's a big gap here in her chest. So unless you got it forward, you're going to see that. And there's this sort of jacket thing that's on her. But the second I touched her, it came off. You can see there's the pegs there. And there's holes in the back there. It doesn't matter how much I press on there. It'll stay there for a bit. But the second you sort of touch it and move it, it just wants to pop off. She's got a nice face, little cat ears and that. Oh, okay, so this jacket actually has a joint. Well, I'm curious, where does this... Oh, okay, there's the peg hole in the back. We've got the stand here. That's going to go there. And then that into the back. Oh, geez, what's happened to her waist? Shit. The skirt sort of also wants to pop off. So yeah, as I said, the second you try and push anything together, it wants to fall off. Alright, okay, so also get this longer hair. Oh, and neck piece, okay. So I guess the whole thing comes off. The good thing is, I can just drop that there. Okay, so the head comes out completely from the neck, which is kind of disconcerting. I can see the gap here. I'll leave that face there because we also get a bunch of other faces. I'll bring them in front of the camera so I can see them. There's a smiley one there. Closed eye, smiley one there. Oh, and a yellow one there. What's the standard one again? Sorry, I've forgotten. Closed eye smiley. So pretty much the same as that one. I think we'll go to open eye smiley. That goes on there. One thing I noticed on the last one, some of the heads, the faces, the face plates, didn't let the hair go back in the right spot and sort of like moved it. That was on Police Girl. Oh. Okay, that looks sort of nice. See if we get it on here. They've got like a multiple movement in the hairpiece, which is good. As long as the head can actually stay upright, which it sort of does, until you get the C-speed down, and she's just constantly looking down. There we go. Okay, she's sort of looking upwards. So it's definitely a better looking face. I like that more than the standard. The hands actually have a pivot, I think. We'll get to articulation in a minute. I'll try some other hands. But I definitely like that face better. That's a nicer face. But that neck piece seems to work better. So I think we'll swap this over. Alright, so I'm going to try swapping out this head, because I like that face. I don't like how it sits on the neck. Oh shit. My god, that looked wrong. I don't know what the hell's happening here. Where the hell's the face gone? Where's her mouth gone? I realised I put the head on upside down, and there goes the leg again. At least I've got some decent models coming, or some decent action figures coming in the near future. Okay, so that's the same head as what I had with long hair, with the short hair, and it definitely moves a lot better. Maybe the hair is getting in the way, but it's weird that the actual joint there. Oh, what? What? Okay, so all sorts of things are coming apart in this. And it seems like this neck joint, it wants to move forward, but it doesn't want to move back far enough to actually sit straight. So I might play around with that. If I do, you'll see it in the B-roll. If not, then you know it's just, it doesn't really work. So the short hair looks good. You got the ears. This leg just does not want to sit in there. And it's a shame that it just doesn't seem to go together really well, because she's a good looking figure. Alright, so will she stand up? She will. Will she look up enough to actually look in the camera? She will. Very good. Okay, so also included are these two ring hands, which, oh, okay, I thought the hands were actually one of these bits. Like, so you just connect it and that'd be that hand, but obviously not. We get whatever this is. I'm not exactly sure. And some sort of book. So there's writing on there, but looks like you can't really read it. And then there's a bunch of hands, like the last figure. So get this out and have a look at it. Alright, so we've got the hands that are on her. There's sort of an open palm. Also got two sort of open claspy hands. I don't know if these are for the books or for the ring parts. Maybe the book. Better. Okay, so slightly open hands. So it's sort of like a, not full grasp, but semi-grasp sort of hand. I think they're the ones for the ring. We'll see in a minute, because we've also got two of the fully grasped hands. Okay, no, they grip the ring. And two of the closed fist hands. So I'll get some B-roll footage going while I'm doing that, because these faces aren't really worth changing to. Oh, okay, so this has got the eyes sort of like sleeping. This is sort of like a happy pose. So I'll get some B-roll footage up. So that's a look at this Temu model. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. That's some sort of flute. There it is on the back. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, bumping the camera everywhere here. Right, so it's a flute. Okay, that's what the slightly open hands are for. So they got all the poses there. So look, she's a good looking model. I quite like the look of it. The legs feel a little bit better than the last one. And I will, hang on, let me get the other ones. I was forgetting something. Oh, it's been a long day. Apologies, it has been a really long day. There she is. My little police girl, who, this is actually now the second one. I told you that in the video for her that I ordered a second one by mistake and didn't realise it. The first one, after posing a bunch of times, the hand joints were so loose that it wouldn't hold on to the hands. The actual peg was loose, it worn out, and that leg just would not stop falling off. So I got out the second one, and that's what I'm using now. So they're pretty much the same size. Very little difference there. So in that case, you'll know. There she is with the Star Wars Black Series. So it definitely looks, she's a tiny bit smaller than Police Girl. I'll say that. And where's my warrior? There he is. And here she is with the knight. There's one more I've been forgetting to drag out of all this of action figures I've actually got. Now it's funny, I didn't even think of these guys when I started doing this channel, even though I said that these were one of the action figures I collected. But as a kid and as an adult, there's only a few I've got of them. So here she is next to a Masters of Universe Origins figure, which is sort of the same size as an original Master Universe, but you can stretch the legs out. So if I put it back to where they originally used to be. Alright, so seriously, I don't know if there's something wrong with his knee joint on this side. It does not want to bend without wanting to pop that way, whereas this one, it bends totally fine. This one wants to feel like it's popping out. So yeah, he's a bit taller. If he was down in normal height, he'd be a lot closer to her height, I think. Okay, so that'll do it for this review. As I said, this jacket just does not want to really go on there. It goes on, but it doesn't want to stay on. Even though, as I said, she's not a bad looking figure, even though she falls apart. So that'll do it for this review. Thanks for watching. As I mentioned before, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. If you didn't like it, hey, drop a comment. Tell me why. Tell me how to improve this channel. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one, where I seriously want to open one of my horses I've got and see how they match with these figures. So remember to like and subscribe if you want to see how some of these Temu figures match with a Temu horse. And I'll catch you in the next video.